Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're all doing great since the last time we've seen each other. And everybody's getting along out there. I always say that in every one of my videos. Hey, everybody, I hope you're doing safe, or I hope everybody's doing, what is it? Hope everybody's doing safe and sane and healthy, and everybody's getting along out there. I mean that here too. So, I hope everybody's doing great. Like I said, I reach out a lot in these amputee forums and that kind of stuff, and I got a lot of friends that are also amputees who I've known for many years. That some of you guys have met on the show, and y'all have met some of them, and like Miss Robin, a few other people, but I love talking to people that I've never met before and people that want to come on and share their story and just kind of be a part of the channel and, that have interesting stories nonetheless. And, this guest you know, is no exception. She's definitely got a cool story to tell, and I'm very excited for you guys to meet her. So I want to say hello to some people first. I got some folks coming in. So hello, Backwoods. Good seeing you, my brother. Blue Eyes, always good seeing you. Janie AR-15, good seeing you as well. All right. So without further ado, I want to bring up my friend and your new friend, Miss Marissa Leonard.
Hi
How you
everyone.
doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm not bad at all. Not bad at all. You doing all right today?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good day.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Yeah, it's been freezing cold here. I mean, like super cold for Nashville. So, I mean, we're freaking out here like it's Alaska or something.
I'm not looking forward to going back home on Friday because I'll be doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. That's always fun, especially
Yeah,
for us one-leggers and dealing with the ice and that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a challenge.
Right. It can get very cold too, nonetheless.
That too.
These sockets can get very cold.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you join us in the land of one-leggers?
About 2.5 years ago now,
Hmm?
I fell downstairs and broke my leg, and turned out that there was a huge tumor that was suffocating my femur that made it snap in half. And
Oh,
and so I found out that I had osteosarcoma and had to have my leg amputated. Yeah,
okay.
it was a fun 6 months.
Well, I mean, look at you out here living it up, I mean,
Yeah,
wow. Man.
yeah, that was a rough day.
Well,
But
yeah, I would say so.
yeah, but
What was, I mean, how long did they go before you were told, hey, Marissa, just so you know, you have this till, you know,
um, so let's see. I found out June 22nd that I had cancer. 2 days later, I found out they had to amputate, and then we had to do some rounds of chemo first before they would amputate.
I see.
Um, we would have done more, but chemo didn't go well. So um, September 1st of 22 is when we did the amputation. So a
Okay.
couple months later.
Okay. Wow. So it was a pretty rapid decision then. So it wasn't to be
Yeah.
taken lightly.
No, it was either that or dying. So I was
Well, yeah,
like,
yeah,
let's
right,
not.
right. No, right. No, no, I get you. I get you. Sometimes doctors, they tend to they try a little too hard to want to save a person's limb, and it's like, dude, it's what are you
That
doing,
wasn't even an option.
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 definitely not. Um, so I mean, how long was like your healing time from the time of actual out of getting out of the hospital, I should say, not amputation, but getting home to finally getting able to get to physical therapy and all that good stuff.
Well, before they let me like fully leave the hospital, I had to go to rehab for, I should have been there for like 2 weeks, but they let me go home after like 4 days, which was really nice. Um, but then
Wow.
I had really good balance because I was on with had an external fixator for 11 weeks on my leg. So when they
Okay.
amputated, my balance was normal. So
I
they were like,
understand. I
you don't need to
gotcha.
be here. You can go home. um,
I gotcha. Okay.
but and then I couldn't do like physical therapy because I couldn't get my prosthetic until January of the following year because my decisions wouldn't close up, and then I had to have more chemo that just caused more problems. So um,
Oh man.
it took a long time for me to get into physical therapy, which I don't think we even started physical therapy till the end of January of 23.
Okay.
But we're getting there.
So, okay, with me, I have issues with healing up, like that kind of like a blood clotting disorder.
Yeah.
Um, so any type of like wound or anything like that has a lot of trouble healing up. Now, with yours, does does chemo and stuff like that also hinder like slow down healing process of like incisions and that kind of thing?
Um,
Like, does it
I
slow down the healing time?
I mean, I wasn't allowed to get chemo until my incision was almost fully closed.
I see.
Because they didn't want me to get any infections or anything.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That makes sense.
but then I still got one and screwed everything up again. So, but
Right. Hey,
it,
we're hard headed people, man. It is what it is.
yeah, exactly. My catchphrase, I swear. But no, yeah. So and then I didn't have to have any more chemo after January that year, so it was
Okay.
fine.
Well, I mean, good deal. A good deal. You don't have to do anything long term, I mean, that's because,
Yeah,
yikes.
yeah.
I know people that have. I mean, they were diagnosed, and it's like 6 years later, and they're still having to go do chemo treatments. So
I
that's why
was
I say that.
lucky.
Well, awesome, awesome. Have you done any kind of like set any in the time you've been an amputee? Have you kind of set any kind of cool goals for yourself? Like I want to walk a mile, or I want to walk 2 miles, or anything like that.
um, I kind of just for a while I was trying to get down to like no crutches and whatever, but now it's winter time, so I have to use my crutches more often than not. But usually I can use just one crutch right now, which is nice. But
So you still walk with your prosthetic and you still use a crutch?
yeah,
Okay, right on.
um, because of the external fixator I had on my leg for so long, I lost all like muscle in my hip, so
I see.
it's taking a lot of time to get it back.
You got to build that muscle back up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it'll have a lot of fatigue for sure. I mean, you go on any amount of distance really. So yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
yeah, but
Okay.
we're we figure things out.
Yeah,
Don't really have
absolutely.
any big goals. Just kind of, I want to walk at my college graduation next December. So without any crutches, preferably.
Do that.
But
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
so I have a year and a month. So we'll get there.
Dude, yes, do that and come back and tell us all about it. Take a
Yeah.
video. We want to see that. That's what
Yeah.
we do here.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome.
It's kind of like my
I
big
just want
goal.
to take a pause just for a second and say hello to some folks. We got some awesome folks coming in. Let me see. Going back up to the top here. Let's see here. Backwoods, Blue Eyes, good seeing you. Chance see you, my brother. Let's see. Scrolling down, scrolling down. Jeff Bice, good seeing you as always. Uh, Deckery, good seeing you, my friend. Rochelle Cooper. Hey, it's Rochelle. She's an alumni. She's been on the show before. So that's
Hi.
awesome. Good seeing you, Miss Rochelle. She's also in the amputee group with us on Facebook there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Platinum Pyro, good seeing you. Jim with no filter, how you doing? All right. Deerfield, how you doing, my brother? All right, good deal, good deal. So, well, that's kind of was going to lead up to my next question is, how long was it until you kind of broke away from the crutches and that kind of stuff? But I get why you still use them. So when you're at home and you're not using your leg, that's what you still use as your underarm crutches?
Actually, I use the what are they called? Like the loft strand or whatever. I think that's what they're called. The hang on, these ones where
Oh
it
yeah,
goes
we have
in.
the same exact ones.
Yeah,
Yep.
use those, and then
Yeah.
if I'm out of town, I just use those. But at my house, I'll like use my wheelchair and just like go around the house usually because
Yeah.
it's easier.
It's way easier. Absolutely. No, you're right. You're 100% right.
But yeah.
That's cool. Did you change anything like in your house as far as, like grab handles or add any kind of stuff, you know?
Not really. Um, my mom's house, when I was here, um, we just kind of put extra stuff like in her bathroom and whatever for me. But now that I'm fully on my own and have been for a year and a half now, I don't really have anything at my apartment. So we
No.
just kind of
I
figure it
I'll tell
out.
you something that's really really awesome is I have one here at the house. You can get them on Amazon. But it's got two suction cups on either side of it, and you can stick it wherever you want. Like I use mine in the shower, and you can put it like running like sideways or up and down, however you want. And they're strong. They're super strong, and they really really help out, especially like when you're kind of when you're washing, doing your thing. It has
Yeah.
something. It's good to have something to kind of lean on, so you can kind of lean over a little bit. But they're
Yeah.
super super trustworthy. I'll send you the link to that later on.
Okay.
You
Sounds
can check
good.
it out. But yeah, again, that'd be boring. Everybody to see that right now. So, but
Sounds good.
right. But yeah, yeah, that really does help out. So just something, and again, it's got suction cups, so you can literally put it anywhere you want. I mean,
Yeah.
it
That
don't have to be
works.
your shower; it can be wherever you want.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey,
Well, that always
they're
works.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you've gotten your leg, you're at home, everything's kind of starting to hit you a little bit. How did we deal with that? Was it hard? Was it difficult? Was it
No,
easy? Walk in the
it
park?
wasn't difficult for me.
No, good deal.
At the time, it was what, 2022? And in my brain, now right after they told, I mean, I did cry for like a little bit once they told me I had to have the amputation and everything.
Yeah,
But then I was like, at the time it was 2022, and I was like, there's so much technology, I'll be fine.
yeah,
And that's kind of, I didn't want to die. So,
yeah. No,
um,
no, I understand that, but there's
but
always
I'm
going to be some
fully,
level of man, just the,
I
the
mean, it does
it's
suck at times, but
yeah, it's okay to say this sucks. You know what I mean? But we always try to be as happy and chipper as possible about the
yeah,
situation, but at the same time, it's all right to say it sucks. You know, I mean,
yeah,
because it does. I mean, we're
it,
missing a limb. Let's just call it what it is. I mean,
exactly.
you can be as strong as you want, and good for you and all that. But hey, at the end of the day, yeah, I get it. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
it definitely does suck
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
at
totally.
times, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, again, what you said though, it's better than the alternative, right?
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yep.
I'm personally glad that you've joined us one-leggers rather than the alternative. So let's
Thanks.
just
Me as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like a weird compliment, but you get what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um what is I always like to ask this to people is what is something, the what is you wish you knew now or you knew then that you know now, that kind of thing. Like when you first got started off.
Um, Probably just like don't be afraid to like do what's best for you. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, just don't be afraid.
yeah,
It'll all work out in the end.
absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's always strange to have this new wild thing that just happened to us, and it's such a radical change. It's not always just kind of there's nothing really that can describe it. It's not anything you could ever describe to a two-legged person. Um, they're just not going to ever understand it. They're not going to get it, and it would be foolish for us to expect them to. But I always tell people, it's like, look, this process it will make or break you. Like, it really will. I mean, it'll tear you down mentally, but then at the same point, you got to just start building yourself right back up, and it will. I mean, you're gonna fall. Literally, you're gonna fall, and then mentally, you're gonna fall. You're gonna have these moments where it's just like, ugh, and then, but what's on the other side of that is always so beautiful. It's always so amazing, because you
Yeah.
have that kind of like, look at me, I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for Marissa. This is, nobody
Yeah.
else. Nobody else is
Exactly.
around. Nobody else sees me. There's not one single person cheering me on. But it don't matter. It really don't matter. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because that's all that matters is you're up, getting up and doing it. And, hey, look at you, living life. That's what the whole goal is.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry if you saw me chuckling just now. My brother just entered the chat and it made me laugh. So,
oh, where's he at? Let's
Sam.
go, Marissa. Sam Scott. Just for that, look, bam. How about that?
Hi, bro. Oh, gosh. That kid.
That's cool. In your time, being an amputee, have you deal with phantom pain at all?
For the first month, it was really bad.
Really?
Like, actually, it was like month and a half. It was really, really bad. Now it's very random and it doesn't last for very long, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But it was honestly kind of felt like torture for a good month and a half, 2 months ish. It
Yeah.
was not fun.
You get those electric shocks, like where it kind of feels like it just shoots up your leg.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest thing, and I think we were talking about this in somebody else's interview, was the toe cramping. Like I could literally feel one toe just kind of going like my big toe wanting to cross over onto the other toe and wanting to start kind of cramping up. And there's nothing there, so you're sitting here just kind of going like rubbing the air. You're like, oh, I'm rubbing
Yeah.
my invisible foot, and it doesn't work. You
No, it
people
doesn't.
tell you that, but it don't work.
Mine, when it first happened, like started happening, someone had told me that if, like, for any of the phantom pain or whatever, like, say that in your knee or whatever, it was itching,
Hmm.
uh, go itch someone else's, like, knee on that same leg that, like, you lost, and the pain goes, like, it would stop. And
Really?
I tried it on my mom. I was like, Mom, come here. And I tried it and it stopped. And I was like, okay, this is really weird. But it works. At least it worked for me.
No shit.
I don't
Wow.
understand, but
Hey man, the brain is a weird, weird
it's
thing.
weird.
It's a weird thing. You gotta sometimes if you're seeing it, like you gotta see you doing something. Like they
Yeah,
always say, okay, your foot itches, cool, scratch your prosthetic. Scratch your prosthetic foot.
yeah,
Just do it. Not saying you got to now. I'm just, but they'll tell you just do it.
yeah,
And you'll be surprised that it works. It
yeah.
don't work. I'm here to tell you guys, it don't fucking work.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
it's so annoying. It's just you're sitting there just going like, man, there's you're not doing anything. And my best bet, the thing that I always do is take my leg off if I can. If I'm at a place where I can actually take my leg off,
Yeah,
like liner and everything, and just kind of do like that, like on the
yeah,
end, on the very very end, like where my femur. Well, you're above knee too. On the end of my our femur right there,
yeah,
I just kind of just, I mean, easily kind of rub it, and it kind of, I think the tickling part of it kind of makes it it tricks your brain into being like, whoa, what's that? And it
yeah.
kind of makes you, it redirects it.
I'll have to try that
So,
next time.
yeah. Um, I forgot what it's called, but it's like sending a different signal to the brain that like makes you forget about one thing.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, if you're getting a shot, well, pinch yourself on the leg and it makes you think, oh my God, that really hurts getting pinched on the leg. Meanwhile, they just stuck
Yeah,
you in the needle or stuck you in the arm with a needle. So it's weird how that kind of stuff works.
it is weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't make any sense, but
No.
who knows? Science.
Yeah. How well did your family and stuff? They been helping out with everything and kind of
Yeah.
been in Marissa's corner the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides your brother, I know he's down, so he's all over the
He
place. I
was in
see
the
him down
military.
here.
He was in the military when it all happened.
Okay.
Um, but he's really supportive. He always has been with everything. So
Yeah, I can tell.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
a great brother. But the rest of the family has been really supportive as well. My mom was there at the hospital with me 24/7, as long as they allowed her to be at the hospital with me,
Yeah.
which was really nice. Um, and I'm always thankful for all their help. I wouldn't really be here if they weren't also that supportive. So
Yeah. 100%.
yeah,
100%. Shout out. Shout out. I was gonna say mom and dad. Shout out family. So.
yeah.
I was gonna say shout out mom and dad, but then your brother would get mad at me, so I don't want him
No,
to
no,
get
he
all mad
won't.
at me in the
He
chat. He'll start
he'll,
cursing at me in the chat. We
he'll
don't want that.
pretend. He's he's probably laughing right now.
I hope so. I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Um, when like say you're out in public and stuff like that, what happened? Would you take time to bother with it, or do you just kind of, I'd rather not talk about it. How do you deal
Oh,
with it?
I'll tell people if anyone wants to know anything, just ask me.
Yeah,
I'd rather you
it's
ask than
always
just
awkward.
stare at me all the time.
Totally, 100%. Yes, 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 100%. Don't stare. That's like the biggest no-no you could ever do is just don't stare.
It's more frequent that people just stare instead of actually just like asking you.
Yeah,
At least in my experience.
yeah,
And it
100%.
gets
That's yeah,
very
Decker.
old
Yeah, so that
and
probably
really
gets old.
annoying.
Yes, it does.
Um,
So,
yeah.
thank you for your service.
Yeah, bro.
You get that?
Actually, I have a couple times and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not what happened. I
Yep.
don't like I just don't. Come from a military family, so like,
It's
nope.
always so awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, nope. Sorry, I didn't serve. Like, I have family members that did, but I didn't.
Yep.
Nope.
100%. Everybody just thinks we got our legs blown off, It's just like that's the only way you can lose a limb.
I
Like
mean, that
no,
would probably be a better story, but
yeah,
I
it'd be way cooler.
I like to tell kids that I got it taken off by a shark because honestly, that's.
I
But
always say I didn't eat my veggies.
that would be a good one too.
I didn't eat my veg. I mean, look at me now. I mean.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but I'm kind of just. I'll answer any questions. Little kids usually will ask me,
Yeah.
which is really kind of entertaining when they're like, "Why do you have a robot leg?" Which is always adorable.
Yeah, I get robot leg. I had a kid ask me, "Am I a pirate?" one time. I told him, "Absolutely, I'm a pirate,
I love
100%."
that.
It's like, yes, yeah, I'm a pirate. I didn't have my leg on. It was just I was just in my forearm crutches,
Yeah.
and I think we were at Chick-fil-A or something. My daughter she just wanted to go out, so I didn't really feel like you know how we have those days where it's just like,
Oh yeah.
I'm these right here are gonna get me just where I need to go. So we're going to that one place, so that's fine.
Exactly.
But I had a kid walk up to me and he just started like he kind of like tugged on my shirt like that, and I looked down at him. He goes, "Are you a pirate?" I just looked at him. I went, "Yes," like that. And his mom just goes. He just kind of like walked away. She goes, "Come on, son." Kind of walked away. He just kind of like.
That's hilarious.
Like walked away, but he kind of like looked at me as he was walking away. I was just like, "Yes, I'm a pirate, 100%."
That's hilarious.
But
I
yeah,
like
he
that.
definitely he kind of freaked out.
I mean, I would have too if I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, they love it. They see stuff,
But it's hilarious.
and they have to ask questions. It's just,
Yeah.
we got to get you an eye patch. That's what they're.
I
Hey, I'm
like that.
down. I'm down. I'll wear an eye patch. I don't care.
My
I don't need one,
aunt
but hey, I mean, whatever.
my aunt and I one time we were um she was taking me to physical therapy like right after it happened and she really loudly in the physical therapy office uh decided to talk to me like was saying Lieutenant Dan and was like making Lieutenant Dan jokes. So now it's like our little joke thing. And
Got magic legs.
yeah, and so now I'm decided that next Halloween, that's what we're gonna like be for Halloween, just because it would be hilarious. Um,
Nice.
yeah, just gotta have fun with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I just pulled my charger out of my laptop here.
Oops.
So, what kind of limb do you have now? Like, what foot and knee and all that good stuff are you rocking?
That's a good question. Uh,
I don't know. It works. I mean, what? Leave me alone.
honestly, I just know that the knee is a quattro. I think I don't know.
Okay,
Don't
I know
ask
what
me
you're
about
talking about.
anything else, but because honestly, I don't know. I can walk. That's all I really care about.
Hey, whatever. That's fine.
um, yeah, I don't know what it's technically called. I should have asked my prosthesis. Yeah, but I kind of forgot. It's been a crazy couple weeks.
I gotcha. Understood. Understood. Yeah, I didn't know. A lot of folks, they're kind of like, I got the Autobot ProFlex XL foot and all that stuff. Like I'm kind of the same way. I'm a nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff. I've got like four different feet. I think three different knees. So I can like make combos of different, I
That's
don't
fun.
know, rigidities. I guess however you want to set it up.
Yeah,
But
that sounds like fun. I have another one that is just like I can use in water if I wanted to, but
Okay.
I really haven't used that one a whole lot.
Is it just like basically just like a pylon with a foot at the bottom?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. See, I want one of those like really, really bad, which I mean, insurance and stuff typically will cover that, but if you have an old foot and an old socket that still fits, your prosthetist will sometimes just hook you up with a pylon and just, connect the two and be like, that'll get you in the water and out of the water.
Yep.
So, have you
It's
been to the beach and stuff with your leg? Like, been in the
yeah.
sand and all that?
Uh, when I usually go to the beach, I usually just use my crutches.
Yeah.
But which is always really entertaining
It's a
watching
different world,
everyone
ain't
watch you at the beach. Um, it's really quite funny because everyone will just like stare at you, but I just laugh about it. It's funny to me. Um, we usually like one time we got an inner tube and then tied rope to it, and then I laid on it, and then someone just dragged me out. That was really fun.
I
And then
gotcha.
that was entertaining because it was on a hill. This one time we were at the beach, and it was on a hill, and they're like, "Let's not do that." So we just that was entertaining. Kind of made it like a
Right on.
slide.
Um, so whenever, okay, say, we're back home, we're chilling at the house with everything, how did we deal with it mentally? Is everything, did you kind of,
Um,
any kind of, issues like that?
not really.
No, I
When I
think
was
we,
on the medicines that they gave me originally, it messed with my head, and then once I got off of them, I was totally fine. So, um, I think it
okay,
was probably just because of whatever medication they were like, "Here, take this. This will help."
I
um,
gotcha.
but
I
now
gotcha. I gotcha.
we're good now. So
Yeah. Um, Have they, like, at your prosthetist office or anything like that, offered you any kind of like trial foot or knees, or let you try out any kind of other
Um,
prosthetics?
we did have a trial knee here before I moved. It was between the Quattro that I'm on now and some other one. It was like a brand new one that was going to be getting released that year or something. It
Okay.
was beginning of last year, I believe. Or yeah, beginning of last year. But I didn't like it like I liked the Quattro, so we went with this one. I don't remember what it was. It was way too
Yeah.
long ago. But we did have a little trial for one, but I don't know. It is trial and error to see which one you like better.
Yeah, most of your prosthetist office, like a good prosthetist office, they'll give you a chance to try out, 2 or 3 feet. Like, take this one home, let us know what you think, and come back and try out this one, and then, until you kind of lock down one. And what they're doing is they pick, say 2 or 3 feet in your price range, that your insurance will allow,
Yeah.
and have ordered those, and are basically just kind of letting you. Well, basically, what the prosthetist company does is they send, if there's a brand new foot and you work with that company, like say if Marissa's prosthetics and you guys are really, really in cahoots with Autobach. Well, every time Autobach puts out a new product, they're going to send you a couple of them to let your patients try out. And, um, as well as like the foot shells and stuff like that. The actual foot itself don't really matter unless it's like a child's foot or something. It's
Yeah.
typically the foot shell itself that's like the size of your foot. That would be to match your shoes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they'll send prosthetists and stuff, different foot or feet, knees, all this stuff for people like you and I to try out, and just to kind of get a better idea of, hey, is this something that would work better for Marissa with her gait, or do we need to go with more of a kind of a flexible foot, so
Yeah.
it all works different for everybody, and
Yeah, it does.
me personally, I like having that just almost to where it just kind of squishes down, where it's just real, real flexible.
Yeah.
um, Not everybody likes that being above knee, because it has trouble engaging the actual knee itself. So
That makes sense.
yeah, if you have that, it's good to have a nice rigid foot to, because every time it pushes up on it, it's going to really engage that knee, and then kick it out and land, kick it out and land every single time. And with a flexible foot, it's not sending that signal up to the knee, being like, hey, it's time to disengage,
Yeah.
and so that was definitely a learning curve, but I for sure like it way, way better, like way better.
Yeah. I don't
um,
know what kind of foot mine is, but it works really well for me. So,
yeah, well, that's cool. That's good. That's all that matters. If it works for you, then hey, you know, that's go with it.
exactly.
It doesn't matter. What works for me, it's not going to be the same for everybody else. So hey,
Exactly.
But I want to say hey to some folks real quick and take a break here, take a little
Right.
pause. Shaky, good seeing you. Bell, always good seeing you. Clip Farm, how you doing, my brother? Mama P, always a pleasure seeing you. Let's see here. Deckery still hanging in there. Cowboy, good seeing you, my brother. Miss Rochelle still here. Good seeing you. JJ's Adventures, hello. And Chad, how you doing? All right, good deal. Well, so you said like you don't have children, do you?
Mm-mm.
No. Like, how do you handle, like, I know we've talked about people like out in public and that kind of stuff, and it's like, how do you deal with the what happened, and children and that kind of thing. Um, my daughter, she kind of grew up with the whole thing. Like, she's really, really used to being, around prosthetics and that kind of thing. So she sees it like all the time, and she'll go to like places with me, and when I talk about prosthetics and talk to new amputees and that kind of thing. So have you ever done anything like that? Like ever talked to anybody, like ever had the opportunity to like speak to anybody about it before?
Um, well, I have 14 nieces and nephews. And they're all 12 and under, so they kind of all have been around it since everything happened. And
Yeah.
they've all told all of their friends at school. And so when I go to three of my nephews' school, because I used to I work at their school randomly, all of their friends will come running up to me and just ask me questions all the time. And it's really kind of cute.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love that.
And then there was
Um,
one kid that will come, and I met her once, and she was in kindergartner, and I was working in her classroom that day. And like literally 3 months later, I saw her again, and she goes, "Hi, Miss Marissa." She goes, "How's your robot leg?" And I'm like, "Hey, you remembered? That's so crazy.
yeah, it's
It's been
great.
3 months,
Yeah,
and you're a
knock on it. Go
kindergartner."
ahead. Yeah,
And
see,
it's
that's
really
that's
cute.
awesome. I love that. See, you want kids to be used to it and be, like they'll see it growing up and just be like, oh, no big deal. That's the reason I like to ask that is, how do you deal with not only adults, that kind of thing, but kids in particular, that um like I said, I like for mine to go with me on a lot of these things and talk to other kids about it and that kind of. She's like, yeah, it's no big deal. It's my dad. He's motivated one legger, you
Yeah.
know. But she just goes off on a whole big tangent about it.
Yeah. My
But
nephews are so my nieces and nephews love it, and one of the younger ones will just come over and start messing with my leg, like going he likes the mechanical parts of it, so he'll just mess with it for
oh, they love it. They'll
like
like
a good
move.
hour every time. It's hilarious.
Yeah, like my daughter, she'll like fold her knee up and like put her knee. I've been a below the knee and an above knee. Well, I have my below knee sitting over there by my shelf over there, and she'll like fold her leg and put her leg in my below knee and kind of like
Yeah.
walk around the house with it. And she's like, "Oh,
So
excuse me, oh, I'm just learning how to walk," and it's just like. That's so rude, man. What are you doing? Come on. You're my daughter. You should know better than that.
kids.
I give her crap, but
That's
I really
funny.
don't. I don't care.
Yeah.
Um, was there anybody like any kind of I don't know, like people that you recommended whenever, like people you watched, like amputee Facebook or YouTube channels or anything like that, or just kind of.
Honestly, when everything happened, I was in the hospital for the whole time. So I just kind of was out of it because of, chemo and everything.
Mm,
I haven't really watched a whole lot. Like I'll see stuff like random people on TikTok and whatever when I'm scrolling through. But I haven't watched anyone really, like any of their videos or whatever that's not
yeah.
on TikTok. I don't know. It's not that I don't
Okay.
want to. I just haven't. If
Yeah.
that makes
No, I got you.
sense. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, no, I didn't know because I watch a lot of people like Footless Joe, Amy Bream, Amy Purdy, um, Limb Loss Boss. I mean, there's a lot of folks out there that they're doing awesome things as well that are helping people as far as in this space. So I didn't know if you were
Yeah.
watching any of them or could recommend any of them to us.
I can't think of any of the ones I've seen recently. I can't think of their names at the moment,
I
but
got you.
if I think of them, I will let you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's cool. I didn't know if there's anybody that you knew. Well, awesome. Well, Miss Marissa, I greatly appreciate you coming on, being a part of the show, hanging out with us tonight, and just giving your insight on what it's like to be a fellow one-legger.
Thank you for having me.
No worries at all. Um, I always have my last question that I ask everybody, and it's if you, Marissa, could tell yourself like you could lean down, you're getting ready to go into surgery to get your limb removed, and say, look, I want you to understand that, you know, again, like I said before, it's not like a matter of like, oh, walking up steps is going to be hard and doing this is going to be, you can forget about doing this. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if there's something that you could tell yourself, it's like, look, man, that you need to really, really be prepared for fill in the blank. What would that be?
Um, Probably just like all of the. It's a good question. I guess probably just getting used to people's like stairs. That kind of is the biggest thing that I've had to deal with. Like the limb loss itself hasn't really bothered me. It's more of people's stares sometimes.
The
Especially
appearance.
parents are worse than the kids. I've realized, and older adults. They're that's the biggest difficulty, I think, is just don't don't let people get to you. Try and stay positive through everything, no matter what. Like, yeah, it's gonna suck for a while, but you'll be fine. You'll figure it out. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. I really, really hate that. I think, did anybody else? I think I lost internet signal right there at the end of what you were saying. I sure
I
hope
think
I
I do.
didn't. I don't know if it was real choppy for anybody else, but so okay.
Oops.
Um. Anyway, all right. Well, I want to greatly thank you for coming and just hanging out. Like I said before, just being a part of everything and just being a part of my channel. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. I mean, anytime you want to come back and hang out with us, by all means, I'll shoot you an email or whatever and say, hey, we're gonna be doing like a little group thing, and you're more than welcome to come be a part of that. So
Sounds good.
and basically all those are is just us kind of sitting around BSing and just kind of more or less just kind of meeting each other, that kind of deal. Just
Sounds
everybody
fun.
kind of chit chatting, that kind of deal. But again, I want to greatly thank you for coming and hanging out with us, being a part of the show. And with that, I will go ahead and drop you down. Thank
Sounds
you for
good. Thank
coming.
you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. No worries. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming and being a part of tonight's show, and just kind of being here. And like I always say, I realize this isn't really kind of you guys' cup of tea. It's not really something that applies to everybody. Not everybody's an amputee. I realize that. But hey, look, there you guys are. Y'all are here and answering, asking questions, that kind of stuff. Everybody's getting into it, and for that, man, I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here, just being a part of things. Backwoods, Blue Eyes, Jenny AR-15, Chance C, my brother. Let's see, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Deckery, my brother. Miss Rochelle, good seeing you as always, my dear. Let's see, Deckery's still there. Da-da-da-da, going down, going down. Jim with no filter, Deerfield. Man, thank y'all so much for being here, just being a part of everything. Like I said, means the world to me. Mama P, thank you for being here. Shaky, good seeing you as always, my brother. Chevy Triple Nickel, my brother. All right, scrolling on down. Sam Scott, thank you for coming, buddy. I really appreciate you being here and being a part of the show tonight. We had to razz on you just a little bit, That's what we do here. Clip Farm, good seeing you as always. Bell, good seeing you. Let's see here. Let's see. Scrolling down, scrolling down. The Reckoning, my brother, how you doing? Cowboy, aka The One. Chandelier, how you doing? And Shaky again down at the bottom. All right, you guys. Well, thank y'all again for coming and being a part of these. And just, like I said, I'm repeating myself at this point, so I'll just go ahead and end it. So with that, everybody stay happy, safe, sane, motivated. Don't look back. Don't give a shit what anybody else says, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. With that, I'll see you next time.